previous lesson video, you learned project risks, and as you can see, there are multiple risks. It can be imposed and have a negative consequence to the project. And now the question coming, how can we manage or arrange your risk to make sure the project runs smoothly? So in project planning, the two ways to arrange the risk is through the choice of contract. That's something we talked in the first topic in today's lesson, the type of contract, that implication in terms of the flexibility and control from the owner, the risk that owner and the other contractor will take to that choice of contract. Go back to there to review that. And the second way to rearrange or arrange or manage the risk or transfer the risk is the project delivery method, and that is the one I'm going to talk in this lesson video. But before, we want to define what is the delivery method. Delivery method is an approach used to organize the project team. So project team, I mean team from clients, team from designer, team from contractors, to manage the entire designing and building process. So that the definition of delivery method. And typically there are many variants, many type of project delivery method, but typical, I can say that is four typical. The first one is design bid build, DBB, design build, DB, construction management. In construction management, there are two variants, CM agency and CM at risk. And then the last one, it appeared in the last 15 years, integrated project delivery, IPD. And in the next few slides, I'm going to present those project delivery method. So let's go to here, your project delivery method here. So like I said just before, we have design bid build, construction management, CM, then CM agency and CM at risk. So they are two delivery method within the CM, and integrated project delivery that appear in the last 15 years or so. And I'm going to show you what are the difference between these project delivery method. And then the next video, we will talking about the trends, the influencer in selecting the method, and then apply to problems for project delivery method. So in terms of design bid build, as its name implies, in that linear sequence, you have to design complete, and then go to bid, find contractor, and then build the project. So with that, this design bid build approach, you can see you have owner, clients, sign a contract with the designer. When you sign, you have to pay the design fee. Designer will provide the contract documents, including the engineering drawing, specification, bidding documents to the owner. The owner send out the bid, contractor will bid and will sign the contract with the owner, and then it have to deliver the project to the owner. So there are two contract from the owner with designer, contract from the owner with the contractor to have a transaction here. And then designer and contractor have a separate identity, so that have only informal relationship, no contractor relationship between designer and contractor. So designer can sign the contract with the consultant if they don't have expertise. For example, if the designer is the engineer, and then you want to do some architectural work, then you have a design consultant do the architectural work. Similarly, contractor may not alone do all of the work, have a subcontractor, supplier, specialty contractor, and sell another contract. But bottom line, it will be a linear sequence: design complete, go to bid, and then build, and that we call design bid build. Separate identity between the designer and contractor in design build. So it will be tech, as you can see in this case, have to complete design and then go to bid and go to build. In that linear sequence, it's difficult to do the fast track, which is overlap between design and construction, and that in theory it takes longer to use this design bid build approach. The second one is design build. Unlike design bid build, only one entity, we call it design build or design build firm, that responsible for both design and build process. So they have only one contract one single identity, sign a contract with the owner, and then provide the project to the owner. And in that case, of course, the design build firm can hire the design consultant, can hire a subcontractor with the separate contract. But bottom line, one firm take care the whole design and build process. And when one entity take care the whole, they can be allowed for overlap, for fast track. It means design partial complete, we can go out to build, and then the design keep going until the construction complete. So it allows fast tracking. In theory, it will be faster, and it also good for owner. Whatever happen, it will be no blame between the party. Whatever happened to project, owner just talk to one guy. The design big build. If it happen, you can designer will blame the contractor will blame designer. Okay, so that, and the owner in the middle have contract for both. It tend to be tricky in that endeavor, so that you can see that their advantage and disadvantage for each. This one single identity, but that also have disadvantage that when you have one control everything, that have no check and balance, it may not be good. So that design build, but it can save time. One single entity take responsible for both design and construction work. And because of that, they have the third one, that CM, construction management. And like I say, they have two variants, CM agency and CM at risk. Let's say CM agency or CMS advisor, or also called poor CM. So owner tend to be, in this case, don't have expertise in construction. They hire a construction manager at the beginning to get involved, to help the owner for the work with the designer. So they sign at least the contract with the CM, and then sign a contract with the designer to do the work. CM work for the owner on behalf to manage the design and to advise the owner when the construction complete, select who are the subcontractor and supplier. But at the CM advisor or CM agency, this CM does not take a lot of risks, because you see the owner will sign directly contract with subcontractor. So at one time, the owner have multiple contracts with designer, with construction manager at the CM agency, and with all the specialty contractor, supplier, etc. So that more risk to the owner, but the contractor CM will play a role to advise all of that, but he or she will not take the risk. If, for example, the project overrun because you only advise, so whatever happen, owner will take care of that. Okay, so that is CM agency. And give you one example here, the project, and we call it big project, and that if you Google it, it had it there. The Boston in Massachusetts Central Artery Tunnel project. It built 1991, 2006. I will go back to this project when we learn to the second section about the financial evaluation of project. But remember the big for this project. So it lasts for, you see, 15 years. Estimated cost in 2006 by dollar, in 2006 dollar, 14.6 million. And the senior design consultant involved 100. CM agency, they apply CM agency. That is a joint venture between the Bechtel Infrastructure. We talk about Bechtel in the Edward Sport IGCC project at very beginning of this class. And Passion Brinkerhoff, now they WSP already, acquired by another company. But this project have a long litigation issue with that one between the public identity and the joint venture of CM agency there, and the cost overrun significant. We will return that after exam one, but that remember big league project here, they apply CM agency. So as you can see, CM agency, they just advise owner but not take the risk, don't sign the contract directly with the subcontractor or designer. Then because of that, your agency, then you advise but you don't take the risk. That's not good. Then the next variant we got CM at risk. Now you are hold accountable, and that sometimes they call it constructor at the CM. So this is the CM agency that I just showed you earlier. But now, instead of the owner sign the contract with the supplier and subcontractor, not like that. In the CM at risk, you see CM agency that decide the contract directly. But in this case, not like that. You have to sign the contract. CM have to sign the contract with subcontractor. So whatever happen, you will take care of the risk of this construction work, and that is the CM at risk. So you see the owner relieve the risk when perceive the risk, because you advise, now you have expertise in construction, you need to sign the contract, manage them. So whatever happen, you will talk to CM at risk, have to talk to subcontractor, supplier about the project cost, etc. And if it overrun or underrun, that they have to solve internally. So that is CM at risk. They have to take care of the risk. And for the as you see in the time of contracts, when talk about the first topic in today's lesson, I say FGCU guarantee maximum price and GMP, and the CM at risk is the project delivery method that FGCU typically use for major project. So the risk that want to arrange at FGCU major project is GMP, guarantee maximum price at the contract, and CM at risk as the project delivery method. Then we go to the trend in here, and you can see for these three different type of typical project, typical delivery method. Design bid build is still popular, so about 50% market share. Design build trending about 40%, CM about 10%. So that either you see what going on with different method used in construction industry. The last method, like I say, it happened in the last 15 years. We call it integrated project delivery. So when I learned civil engineering, I haven't heard IPD, integrated project delivery. It's just about 15 years ago. So a project delivery method distinguished by what? Contractual agreement between the minimum of owner, design professional, and builder. Typically, a contract is only between the two parties, designer with the owner, or designer with the or the contractor with the owner. But in this case, integrated by name implies the agreement is multiple party agreement. Owner at least, design professional, and builder. So at least three, but it meant more. And the risk or reward are shared. So whatever, because multiple party, if the project impose risks like cost overrun, then share between the party. If it saving the money, then share between among the parties involved. So characteristic of IPD, multiple party agreement, risk or reward are shared. And of course, stakeholder success, it depends on the project success, because whatever happen, everyone have to take risk, everyone have to take reward, consequence. So what is the characteristic of here? What have early involvement of key participant? So contractor will involve during the design process, MEP, mechanical, electrical, environmental engineer group. If the project involved like water treatment or wastewater treatment, involved in early process. So that early involvement, so that when you early involvement, you can provide more expertise that make sure the project do right at the first time. And share risk or reward. When you involve, you put your idea, you have to take responsibility, or you take the reward if your decision, your advice is good. So that share risk or reward. And like I say, multi-party contract. So at least three, but it can be a specialty contractor will be involved. Collaborative decision making and control, and that with now you see the building information modeling, Revit, all of that will facilitate that collaborative decision making and control, including virtual collaboration, just like virtual class we're talking about at this point in this class. Liability waiver among key participants. In the other project delivery method, you have to take liable, but in this case, someone advised involved, and then because risk or reward are shared, then you have more motivation to share your ideas to ensure the project success, because that project success is everyone's success. But that I need to waive from my liability to do something, and that is the key for integrated project delivery. And the last one is jointly develop and validated project goals with multiple party involved. So that is the characteristic of EIPD. And as you can see there, how its application so far normally apply in healthcare, hospital, etc. And it's more popular in the Northeast, Boston, Massachusetts, Washington State, California, on the healthcare system. And of course, now become popular in those type of project. It's not popular in our area, yes, but at some point it may be coming. So that IPD. So the next video I will apply to see how to choose different with the different method available, and then apply that in the problems for this part of class.